Right, back to Fallout 3. Where we left Mr. Crowley away. Go get his armor. So for us, I think it's finally time we head to Oasis. This might be the entrance here. Yeah, this looks like the entrance. Yeah, you can see the plant life coming in now.
Outsider, you have arrived. Please come closer. I have something of the utmost urgency to speak to you about. Do hurry. He doesn't like to be kept waiting. I'm so glad you're here. It's been a while since anyone's visited us, and he's been waiting for someone like yourself to arrive. If you wouldn't mind following me, I'll bring you right to him. I'm sorry. In my excitement, I got ahead of myself. I'm Tree Father Birch, and I have the great fortune of being leader of his people, the Treeminders. Beyond that gate is our home, Oasis. Yes, we're the Treeminders. We're his people. If you'll just follow me inside, to the pavilion, all will be explained.
Alright, lead on.
We're very pleased to see you, outsider. Welcome.
I feel like I'm about to walk into the Elder Scrolls. Lead on, old man.
We will speak once we've arrived in the pavilion. Not to worry, all will be explained. You have no idea how overjoyed I am to see you. Normally, outsiders are forbidden inside Oasis, but he has made an exception. The innocent creatures are drawn here by his gifts. They come from across the wasteland to live in this sanctuary. This part of the world is healing, my friend, and it's all thanks to him. He is the one who grows. He is the one who gives, and he is the one who guides. No one speaks his name out of reverence for his majesty. Thanks to him, the Treeminders have a home. I would have preferred that he made the introduction, but I understand your hesitation. The Great One is a god tree. A living, breathing, speaking god tree. The Treeminders are blessed to have this being watch over us. Yes, my apologies. I don't speak to outsiders very often, and I tend to get lost in conversation. As you approached Oasis,
I like that the guy on the right's like, come on, old man, hurry up.
And I was sent out to meet you personally with a request. He wishes to meet with you. You'd be the first outsider to do so in a very long time. Yes. To meet him, you must undergo the ceremony of purification. Once that's complete, you'll be able to speak to him. Whenever you're ready.
Alright, let's go.
It's simple, really. You drink the sap from the basin here in the pavilion. The sap will purify your mind and body of anything harmful that could possibly hurt him. I assure you. Very good.
Alright, let's do it.
Take your place.
Welcome to Oasis, outsider.
Right, I got a woman.
Drink of the sap from the basin. Only then will he
Alright, let's do
heal
this.
himself. recite the blessing to ward off any harm the outsider may be carrying before he proceeds to the grove.
I bid you depart, agents of destruction, through the power of his divine will.
Leave our homes and bodies immediately. Live no longer in them, but pass over into places where you can
Go,
harm
dog,
no one.
go.
In the name of his frondescence, I call his wrath upon you, so that wherever you may go, you bear it with you.
And, diminishing from day to day, you may disappear, except where you serve the health and good purposes of mankind. May no trace of you be found.
All this, may he be so good as to grant us, who is to come to judge the living and the dead, and the world by his verdure.
Amen. Soon, you will pass peacefully into sleep, outsider. And when you awake, you will witness his glory.
Well, shit.
firsthand.
I don't like how he's holding a gun, though.
Glad to see you're finally awake. I can't believe they made you do that stupid ceremony. They listen when I talk, but they don't hear. You know what I mean? Neither have I. Well, I mean, I talked to Herbert, but he never really says anything back. Do you, Herbert? He kept growing around me. Maybe for calling him Herbert all the time. His name's really Bob. I think it's funny when I call him Herbert, though. Well, I suppose you could look at it that way. See, Bob used to ride around on top of my head, sunk his roots right in there, you know. Well, eventually, he got bigger than me, and then I pretty much ended up inside. It was a long time ago. I tend to lose track. I was exploring some sort of a military base with some other people. I think it was called Mariposa. We were pretty deep inside, and we found some weird vats of this nasty green goo. Right when we were about to leave, I think we were attacked. Last thing I remember before blacking out was something knocking my friend into the stuff.
This is a reference to the backstory of Fallout 1. Mariposa is where the FEV virus came from. It's where the super mutants of that game came from. And the friend he's talking about eventually became the villain of that game, the first game, the Master. This guy's name is Harold.
Yes, I do. Or, I guess, we do. Me and Bob, that is. I had you brought in here to ask a very simple favor. Would you please kill me? Oh, no. It wouldn't be murder.
LT was originally a
You'd be
ghoul.
doing me a favor. You see, I've been stuck here for over 2 decades now, rooted right into the ground. The only friends I've got are Bob and those weirdos out there who think I'm a god. how to put this. I've been feeling rather spread out lately. I think Bob's kinda shoved my insides around some. It's hard to tell where everything is, but it's always that way with one's insides, isn't it? Anyway, I believe Bob's carried some of my organs into his... Now, thanks to Bob, I'm obviously not going to be doing... Oh, no, don't worry about them. When you decide to go down there, I'll have a little chat with Birch and the rest of the gang. They usually don't understand a word I... Of all... Let's keep it. No. But I'm still in here too. What's left of me? The name's Harold. Look, Herbert, he's... I've been literally rooted to this spot, thanks to Bob, for maybe 20 or 30 years. I can't even remember anymore. Can you imagine being stuck? In the meantime, I have these Treeminders bothering me every day about things I don't even care about. And I can't stand it anymore! I knew you would. Maybe I'm just losing my mind from all this boredom, but I swear if I try, I can see all around me. Like my eyes are in every leaf, on every tree. I think it's making Bob kinda jealous, 'cause he was the first tree in my life, and all that. It's kinda embarrassing, really. Once a year, Bob decides he's gonna go ahead and start growing these weird pods filled with tiny seeds. Well, all it takes is a good wind and the seeds just fly everywhere. I call them Herbert's seeds. He hates that. Oh.
Right then, let's move on. He is though, he's pretty much needed. He is going to be needed to repopulate the wasteland with plant life.
It's very nice to meet you, outsider. I'm Branch Tender Linden. I was found dying in the wastes not far from here by a trader caravan. They knew about this place and brought me to Bloomseer Poplar. She nursed me back to health, and I've stayed ever since. I was a Brotherhood of Steel outcast. We had a deep patrol out here looking for some tech, and they got jumped by some Deathclaws. They shredded everyone else and left me bleeding to death. Honestly, I've never seen anything like this place. It's beautiful. It's a shame only a few people will ever get to see it. Oasis is located near what used to be an old mining town before the bombs fell. When the attack started about 200 years ago, many people took shelter in the natural caves that dotted the area. The old gate that stands at the mouth of Oasis Cave is the last piece of architecture from those days.
Gotta go. Anybody else around I can talk to?
And I'm telling you, you've got it all wrong. Why else would he have called for an outsider's assistance?
The outsider is here to deliver us from our enemies, to keep this place safely locked away from the wasteland, not to exploit us.
How can we preach about peace when all you want to do is keep his gift all to ourselves? That's not what he would want.
If we allow the spread of this miracle to continue, we're putting him in jeopardy. I can't allow that. I won't allow it.
Once again, my husband, we are at an impasse. I suggest we speak to the outsider.
Agreed.
Speak of the devil.
Why else would the outsider have been allowed into the grove? Perhaps it's a test. Yes, that must be it. I know why you're here, and despite what my wife thinks, I know you'll do what's best for Oasis. After all, he chose you, and he would never want to put us in harm's way. Oh, he's testing you now, just like he tested us. He wants to see if your faith is strong by spinning these incredible stories. Who else but a god could produce all of this? Don't... Yes, I've been pondering that riddle myself for some time now, and I think I know what he's trying to tell us. The Great One's influence is growing, and soon it will break free of the confines of this... We can't allow Oasis to call attention to itself like that. If the same sap that you drank to purify yourself could be applied to his heart, it should stop the spread. I can promise you no harm would come to...
Alright, so he wants to stop the growth.
I love Birch, but sometimes I think he doesn't see the big
There we go.
picture. The spreading of his influence is not a curse. It's a great miracle, a benefit meant for the entire wasteland. Of course we do. He yearns to share his miracles with the whole world, to give the gift of life back to the dead wasteland. It's upsetting him to no end, but Birch can't see the pain it's causing. But now that you're here, I have a feeling the winds are about to change. I heard what my husband wanted you to do. What I propose is an alternative. The same person that created the sap also created this liniment. If you can reach his heart, it will assist him in making his influence increase. Instead of centuries, the wasteland will become green in mere decades. Just imagine how glorious that would be.
Alright, then let's go do this.
Branch tender cypress at your... Sure. I was an outsider like yourself. When my eyes beheld the splendor of Oasis, I knew...
Alright, he drank the Kool-Aid. Alright, into the caverns we go. That rad roach did not... Okay, he did it back. Oh, the first time I ever did this quest, these Mirelurks screwed me over. Notice I do not use the incinerator in here. I don't want to burn Harold to death. Oh, he's spazzing out. gotta say, the Treeminders better be careful though that Oasis doesn't, become overwhelmed by the Mirelurks. Damn it, almost got him. Should be getting close to the heart now. There it is. Why am I over encumbered? Alright, just keep making our way through the cave now. Hi already.
You've done a great deed this. The gifts the Great One has bestowed upon us will now take mere decades to breach the confines of Oasis instead of centuries. In your short visit here, I can see you've learned much. I believe there are a few Treemind.
So, it looks like you decided to do things their way, huh? How come? So, they really need me that badly, huh? Yeah, I guess I never thought of it that way. Awfully selfish of me. Should we give him another chance? Herbert? Fine. I mean, Bob. I still think it's funny when I call him Herbert. No, don't get me started on them. I'm liable to talk about them all day. It even drives poor old Bob crazy. Actually, the kid is the nicest one of all. Use her name. She sneaks in here sometimes and just lets me talk about stuff I wanna talk about. Bob really...
I gotta go.
Okay. I was once a man, a long time ago, named Harold. Something in me changed and a weird little tree started growing right out of my head. It kept getting bigger until I ended up stuck inside. When people would ask about it, I decided to name it Bob. You know, like a friend or something. Sometimes I call him Herbert instead of Bob because I get bored and I think it's funny. So, long story short, call me Harold.
Gotta go, Harold. Good luck with your tree. So we are done with Oasis, and until we get the Trouble in the Home front side quest, we're actually done on everything else.
Outstretched arms.
Hello again, outsider. It's nice to have... I've never known someone to show as much caring as you did towards us. It seems to be rare to run into anyone like that anymore. That's partly why I never returned to my former life after I found myself in this place. Allow me to present a piece of my past to you, friend. Perhaps it will serve you better than it served me. I'll remain here and help in any way that I can. I owe them my life, and I...
Gotta go. Yeah, I don't need the Tesla armor.
Hello again, outsider. What do you want?
Gotta go. Where are the others? I think they're over here.
Hello again, outsider.
Hello again, outsider. Hiya. I don't know. Maybe go play with Harold? I want to hear another one of his super swell stories.
I think if I had spoken to her before I went into Harold, I could have got an extra thing from her. Oh well.
We will... Yes, outsider. Whatever the Tree Father or...
Right then. Back to Vault 101. And I will try and get this quest to load up.